come on now.
Yeah, I know. I got stood up for my birthday as usual.
Well, now I'm upset. Ed's upset.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dave. Well, I did what I can. I even posted it in the group, so I did my part.
Oh, we've got some in here. I'm trying to make sure certain ones are not troll accounts. They're in here.
And I, of course, showed up here on time, so that's my gift to you tonight as well.
Exactly on time tonight. First time in a long time I've seen that happen.
Well,
I got to pick a little, just a little.
Well, you're how old today? I don't know if you want to say, but I think I know.
I am officially 45 years old.
45.
Yeah.
Colt 45. I remember that age. 2015. I remember that year when I turned 45. To be 45 again.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on there in Oklahoma tonight?
Not a lot. It was actually a nice day. It was in the 60s today, so.
Wow. That does sound nice.
It wasn't too hot, and I've been having anxiety all week. Oh my God. There are things I need to tell you offline. And I keep forgetting to.
Why do you have anxiety?
Well, we have someone in the audience watching.
Yeah.
Named Spin City News, which he was supposed to come up and join us on panel. I don't know if he's gotten nervous issues or what. I told him I was going to introduce him to someone famous in the true crime world. But he's from Florida.
Wow. Okay.
So I figured, if he's wanting to know more about true crime and where to start and how to start, the best person to come to ask questions is Mr. Ed.
Funny enough, I agree.
So
there he is, 2074 here.
Yep.
Oh, so he's 74? Wow. So what does that have to do with your anxiety?
Well, you know me. I get anxious when new people come around.
Okay.
It has to do with the PTSD and all the other stuff that goes along with that.
Okay.
Never got a link. Spin. Wonder why it didn't go through.
I got my link.
Can you click the link in the chat, Spin? It was through Discord. Let's see here. I will try one more time. Invite, copy. But, I told him, we do the true crime trivia unless I'm in one of my moods like I was. Was it last week?
It was last week. We just did movies and TV, and
yeah,
I did much better there than I did with trivia or for true crime. That is for sure. Didn't help with my trivia team last night, but
there he is. Welcome up here, Spin.
Hello.
Hello, sir. This is my friend Edward Denzel, and like I said, he's the man.
I agree. Hello, what's up?
Am I lagging?
Having a problem with my headphones. Hold on one second.
All right, Spin. I mean, I do have trivia stuff that we can fall back on. I found stuff that I
What's
think
the agenda? You're surprising me. You didn't tell me what we're doing tonight. So what is the surprise?
oh, it's just gonna be it's gonna be normal trivia if we do true crime trivia. Like a lot of them that I printed out this week were gonna be like bank heist and art robberies. So there's a variety pack, and then I also have bonus points if anyone knows who Ed is that was in chat.
Okay.
But I've had a crazy week.
All right.
Don't tell Taylor it can't be done because she's going to prove that it can be. I was always told Mama Bear will never talk to the Wells family because Candace don't like her. Not only has now she talked to Candace, she's also talked to Mr. Don. And
I can't keep all
my doings.
That's so much more, and I can't keep all these people straight, unfortunately. Being that we only talk about it once in a month, it's hard for me to remember all the players.
It is the Summer Wells drama community. I swear, if that baby was to come home tomorrow, I don't think it'd make anyone happy.
I just get the feeling that, not that I don't want any disappearance to get attention, but I do wonder if too many people are just a little too obsessed.
I think some are.
When you get upset, you lose objectivity.
I talk to Candace all the time. Whenever it became a friendship with Candace, that's whenever I quit being, you know what I mean? The investigator journalism, whatever you want to call it, just kind of shut off because it was I'd rather be the friend for her right now than find the child and bring it home. I knew it was one of those, I listened to what she needed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which, I've got a big heart whenever it comes to Summer, so.
I do. I just wonder if, this is just very slowly going toward Mara Murray territory. Where, you have your factions and you just get the idea that there's too many people involved in this, talking about it and everything else that you really wonder if they want it solved or not. I think they'd rather have their theory and it not be solved than it be solved and they find out that they're wrong.
I agree.
All right. I think I got it fixed now.
Well, see, you're supposed to be the smart one when it comes to this stuff, Spin.
Shit.
I run the low budget channel over here.
Listen, not everybody has the damn Space Needle that I have around me here. I mean, I could watch 7 YouTube videos at once and, hear them all. Gets confusing after a while, Yeah, I have this. I have everybody calls it the Space Needle. I mean, it's a studio. Okay, I do the news and all kinds of other things. So you need a lot of screens and a lot of windows. And the pathetic part, the pathetic part of it, right, is all of my screens are split screened. So if I really had to watch 12 things at once, I really could, but I think it would drive me absolutely batshit crazy. But that's just me,
You guys start out of more than one window, and I can't do it.
see, how do I explain this? When I'm doing Tommy and Tommy out of Portland and all the other ones that have asked me to help them out, right?
Hmm.
It's all split screened. And then it goes down into a studio. And then the studio partitions it. And yeah, it's a process. I'm not going to bore you with that process, but it is a process. And then underneath the desk, no pun intended, is the server that runs it all. So the embedding and everything that has to get done takes a couple days to do to make it all work right and look right on the camera or on the screen as you see it. Like, if you know what I mean by what's called a lower third or an upper third, like it'll say live from Portland, Oregon, or live from, the
Yeah.
studio or something like that. It just takes a lot of programming and a lot of different things to make a production. And then if I took the overlay off, you could probably see the cameras and everything that are behind me on tripods and charging and all my go bags and everything like that. But
Well,
yeah,
see, that's why. Also, I have the 11-year-old. I keep my camera off 24/7 because you don't know who's going to be coming in behind me.
well, I mean, I candidly say if you don't want people that predominantly walk around in their birthday suit, if you will, and I've actually had this happen doing stuff for production for news. They walk in and they are less than how do you say, dressed, if you will, and you have to scrub it all. I mean, you could be sitting there talking to somebody for an hour, or the actual news reporter talking to somebody, and somebody walks in and just completely photobombs the whole shot, and then you have to scrub it.
That's the reason why I'm leery of putting out the link, especially with some of the drama going on throughout the communities that, I don't have a hand in, but I do have a hand. Certain people up because I don't want the peen pick that they decide to throw up or whatever else they decide to throw up. I'm good.
Well, the news and the news and true crime go together.
Yes.
However, let me say this effectively. True crime is seen through the eyes of a camera, correct?
Yeah.
But it's censored.
I
do not censor anything. If you watch my VODs and you watch some of my actual from the field type question or type broadcasts and stuff like that on my actual social media, it's uncut. It is unedited. It is live. And I will not stop a broadcast because somebody says something inappropriate or whatever. Now, when I'm working for big box media, I have no control of that. I have no control of it. It's sent to a server, and I could take 3 or 4 hours worth of video and only 6 to 8 seconds of it is used on TV or whatever. So, but I say it and everybody's heard it. I am just a man behind a camera. That's all I am. A very powerful camera, but just a man behind a camera that
talks to people.
Sees the world. Yeah, sees the world. Yeah.
So,
But,
Ed,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
After you'll introduce yourself to Mr. Spin and how long you've been doing the missing.
I'm doing covering missing persons cases for over 9 years now. I think that last week we did disappearance 390, I think. It's more people than that because more than one person can be included in a disappearance, of course, if two people together go missing at the same time. So probably it's been more like 430 people, not counting all the people on Flight 370. That's what I'm doing over 9 years, and maybe we'll do 390 more. We'll see.
I just
Well,
don't
as
wish
I
people
told-
to stop on this.
How long have I known you, Dee? About 5 years, maybe?
2018.
Okay. Okay. You were the person who started the whole camel thing when the live show used to be on Wednesdays, right?
Yes.
Ah,
I was your hump day camel.
yes. It used to come up with funny things regarding the camel on Wednesdays, but then I did the live show Mondays and took all the fun away from it.
Yes, Spin. I'm great at thumbnails.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how long I've known Dee, and she's certainly helped me out here and there, and I'd like to think that I've helped her out here and there.
He has.
I have to say, my mind went somewhere it probably should not have going, but you know, I give me a second. Let me redeem my faith here. Hold on.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but the live show's been on Mondays for about 3 years now. So it's been a while since we did any camel jokes.
Yeah, you don't do Sunday stuff or Wednesday stuff. So, I mean, you moved it to Monday.
Well, good thing being that I now do trivia, pub trivia, go out on Wednesdays. So I guess it was just destiny to move that show. I guess. And we've been getting together on Thursdays for how long now? It's been a while.
Almost a year.
Okay.
Because remember, I think in August last year was whenever I started bringing in, trying to bring in the natives into the, more into the
Right.
front
Right.
matter of fact, I haven't talked to her since that stream I did, and Diego and Arctic were with her. I had to leave. I told her, I was like, I might have to shut down during the live. You guys hold it down. Keep it PG-13 up here. No.
Why haven't you spoken to her?
I messaged her. I was they were doing a march here in town over a missing native who had been missing since the 70s. I was like, look, you should have came and got me. I would have that would be something I would have enjoyed videoing for my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Vlogging for everybody,
Oh,
She never got back with me. She said that she had problems with the people I had on panel. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Oops. Didn't realize that was going to cause a problem. She goes, well, when you try to bring native problems into a white man's world, it messes stuff up. No, I don't. You just got to keep it understandably across the board. As natives, we aren't the only ones dealing with missing people. Granted, in Oklahoma, our numbers are higher than what they should be.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, everyone says I'm the missing child expert, but sometimes it gets the best of me. Sometimes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I know you sent me something, Dee. I will admit that I've not had a chance to look at it. That who was this that you sent me? I've been kind of out of sorts. I was up seeing my dad for a little bit, but he sent me this Oklahoma cold case. Kevin Ferris. Yeah, I really haven't. I would admit I've not had a chance to look at that yet. From Tupelo, Oklahoma on March 14th, 1999. After hearing a noise near his truck, Ferris returned to the truck alone to check on it, but never returned. He has not been seen or heard from since. Wow. Did you just find out about that, Dee, or is that something you've known about for a while?
I think it's been mentioned for a while, but I thought he finally had been found type thing, skeleton remains, partial skeleton remains. Nothing from what I found out as of recent.
Just wonder if, of course, that's 26 years old. I wonder if his family does media or not. Okay. Have to look into that when I get some time. And can you believe, Dee, that it was 3 weeks since we did that show where I was in my car?
Yes.
You remember that? I was driving up to see my dad, and I was like,
did you ever find out any more about the football coach?
No, he's still missing. I think they're trying to throw around the idea that maybe he had help getting out of there. Maybe he did. I don't know. But he's still missing. Do I think he's dead? I'm still leery on that. I think he might have tried to get away with his life. But there's really not been any real updates, I don't think. A lot of theories being thrown around or anything. But
yeah, the room may fill up here shortly.
Oh.
Don't get anxiety there, Taylor.
I already said my anxiety levels are through the roof. I had a fucking anxiety pill at 5 o'clock.
You gotta breathe. Keep breathing.
Listen. I hear Jim Beam or Jack Daniels does take that away. I mean, the nerves.
The nerves. I don't know. Sometimes. Murray County is back under fire again, by the way.
For what?
So remember that guy that I always send you does the animal, he has that animal rescue here in Oklahoma?
Doesn't ring a bell, D.
Well, his name he goes by Nomad Animal Rescue. Last Thursday, he released kind of a broken up conversation he had with someone else on his platforms about someone who was trying to lure kids away from their homes and sporting events.
Let's see.
Well, the funny thing is like I made the remark to somebody. Being from there, I know who they're talking about. I know exactly who they're talking about. I would have never thought of that person doing something like that. Does that make sense?
Sure. That's the way it is a lot of times. Sure.
And it's just really, really creepy. And it's a bit, I've had like several people from Davis reach out to me about it. And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I have a true crime channel. I just went and unfriended this person. I'm putting the barrier wall up. I just hope Mama Bear stays in chat.
Okay.
All right. So we want to do a little bit of the trivia.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Or we can talk about so many stories that are out there. I mean, I'm flexible.
Yeah.
I suck at trivia.
What have you been working on? Tell me, let's hear a little bit. I have to admit, to be honest, I'm unfamiliar with you. So any particular things you've been working on recently, or what do you do?
Oh, Lord, you want the whole story, the half story, the truth, or the false?
Recently that you've been working on? Something that's come up that we can talk about.
Well, we can talk about the what I'm mainly doing is Portland and the crookedness of the judicial system um, in Portland, and you know it. The judicial system there sucks. I mean, I'm just gonna. If you haven't known, I'm a straight shooter, so
Okay.
please forgive me.
I know Portland very well. My nephew lived there for several years. He moved to Vancouver, Washington, but I know Portland. I've not been there, but my nephew John lived there for quite a while.
Well, first of all, I want to say this. I have never put boots on the ground in Portland. However, I have made some very, very, very good friends in Portland, and you know, I always have this open invitation. It's like, hey, if you do, you know, come up, you can stay with us, you know, all that other stuff. I mean, very good friends, a few people in particular, and I think Taylor knows who those people are. However, um, when you take a deep dive, when you take a deep dive into the judicial system and compare it to the judicial system here in Florida, I live in Central Florida, so
Okay.
um, so the acronym FAFO applies here. Okay,
Mhm.
up there it seems like their priorities are on protecting people and taking the wrong people to jail, if that makes any sense. um
Mhm.
I don't know how familiar with what I do um you're familiar with. So
Nope. I'm
um
not there at all.
okay, so what I do is I restream, and in my private in my private world, right? um or in my social media realm. Obviously I have exclusive permission to do so, and was just recently monetized on YouTube and a couple other platforms, Rumble, stuff like that. And um, I don't script it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if somebody says um, things that they are not supposed to say on YouTube, that would be the only time that I would cut those words out, just because I do not want to not be monetized because of things like that. Um, Please forgive me. The dog is barking in the background. 1 second. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. Anyway, so to make a long story short, I've been doing extensive research on the judicial system and how it works in Portland, Oregon, and Oregon in general, because the atrocities and the complete vile, well, in my opinion, and I don't want to sound like fake news or CNN or anything like that, um, the vile atrocity of the law there is shameful. Now, I mean, look, in all fairness, and I want to say this absolutely, absolutely want to say this, right? There's justice and there's injustice. The injustice is that somebody can come up and mace somebody on a specific side of the aisle and nothing happens. things happen to the retaliation or the stand your ground or in self-defense. Self-defense in Portland, Oregon is pretty much out the window. Like, I mean, I've seen people get arrested. I've seen people get arrested and all they were doing was defending themselves. In Central Florida or in Florida, there is what's called the mutual combat or stand your ground, and it is used every day. In Florida, it is.
I live here, so I know. I live here in Clearwater Beach, so yeah, I live here.
So I am just the other side of Tampa.
Wow.
I did not know that. So
you're like Apollo Beach area or Brandon or there?
Keep going north just a little more.
So Polk City or?
I'm around that area.
That area. My brother lives in Polk City now, so
okay.
I'm getting the other side.
I am in
the Hard Rock area, the Hard Rock Hotel area, or
no.
Okay.
Try towards Wesley Chapel, Pasco County.
Of course. Okay. Right. Of course.
Yeah. So, obviously, I do not want to dox myself for obvious reasons. I'm sorry, Taylor. I think you know where I live, but I can't dox myself completely. But I spend a lot of time out at Pier 56. Out on Clearwater Beach. I know exactly where
that's where I live.
Believe it or not, I'll give you a specific place. Hogan's. How's that?
I have to admit that I don't get out much.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't go out. I'm not much of a nightlife.
No. Hogan's Hangouts Hogan's Hangout on Clearwater Beach.
Okay, never been.
Up near. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I spend a lot of time out there.
Okay.
I Uber drove, believe it or not. That's how I know where everything is. So
yeah, that would help.
Yeah, it does. It's like a taxi cab, right? Or tow truck driver. You learn the area really quickly.
Sure.
But anyway, so it just seems to me law and order in every other state has its own spin. It has its own, and no pun intended with spin. It's like I've learned that there are three sides to the law: the truth, the truth, the real truth, and the gray line. Everything goes on the gray line. If you do not have an abundance of, or an overabundance of evidence that vindicates you, that's the only way you get out of it. If it's shaky, they're going to offer you a plea. I'm dealing with a friend of mine that is going through that process now, and it sucks because he may have to spend 20 years in prison over this. And I mean, it's nothing sadistic or anything like that. It's just you try to look at both sides in the discovery, and I do have access to a lot more things than the general public does, and you see the narrative. You see the narratives just change. And that's what I see in Portland a lot, where it's shaky, but when you deal with liberal courts and you deal with a lot of people that do not believe in the movement, if you will, that I believe in, that's where you have the problem.
So is this in reference to all the things that have gone on there, like with Antifa and all that?
Yes. and I didn't know where you wanted me to go with it. This was kind of like, hey, come and join me, meet this guy. You're gonna like him.
Don't
Okay.
talk politics or anything. I'm just interested. That's all.
Oh no. It's not politics. It's well, I mean, the law comes down to politics. If you really want the brass tacks, and I'm pretty sure you know that, it's the police are run by the mayor. That's the boss, and the mayor's a politician. So you get to become like a state attorney or an ASA like we have here in Florida. If you really look at it, yeah, they're lawyers, but they're politicians because they have stats that they have to meet, or guess what? You're out the door. But it everything is political. Even when I was a paid firefighter paramedic, you want to talk about politics, and we think the government's bad. Go to an organization. That's even worse. But it all comes down to dictation, right? And where I think that I could be a help to your community is with back end resources, and that is what Taylor and I had chatted about, and I said, sure, absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's a two-way street. You get where I'm going with that. I mean, I am a published journalist, so I'm not going to give bad information to anyone. That's just not what I'll do. But yeah, my main focus right now has been Portland and Chicago. I mean, it's in North Carolina and then Louisiana, and then the 13th will be a very big thing in Texas. There's some activism going on there in Josephine, Texas. So it's going to, as it's been dubbed, it's going to get spicy really quickly. So yeah, I try to do I try to stay with live and current things. Now, I have done some research, and obviously I've done some things to help other people doing the same thing that Taylor and you have done, just with FOIA requests. Like if you did a FOIA request, it might take you 2 weeks, where it'll take me less than 24 hours. So I don't have a problem helping anyone, and I have never asked for a dime to do it. I believe in the truth, and I believe in the Freedom of Information Act. I'm a big advocate of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and if I can help in any way, Taylor up there knows how to get me instantly. She just has to send me a message 2 places so I can go check the other message. Because I do have a lot going on, and she knows.
Like, it'd be worse than Cly asking me, what was it? I think it was Tommy's birthday. We were talking about Christmas, and I was like, well, Mr. Cole wasn't getting Christmas this year. And he told me to send him Nicholas's wish list, so I did. Or Mr. Cole's wish list. Dang it. There I go doxing my kid.
And it's okay. There were many people that had something to do with that.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hey, you just never know.
Oh. Okay. I'm just going to back out then.
There goes the speechlessness and the yeah.
Anyways, so I sent it to him and nothing was ever said. I've been, trying to look and watch. I'm like, nothing's being bought. Okay. Now I understand. Okay. I won't gripe. I was going to go in there and grab it, hit claws. What the heck? Oh, Mama Bear. Mama Bear, the link's in the chat, sweetheart, if you need it or if you want to come up and BS with us. It is my birthday. I can cry if I want to.
Hey, hey, if I told you if I told you what's really behind it, I think you would. But anyway, moving on to the next thing. We don't want Taylor to cry on her birthday. You know.
So I have. Well, we'll just do this. I have 2 cases sitting in front of me, and a little brief thing that I think Ed will find interesting, which I found interesting, and
Okay.
Ed probably knows about it. And we'll go with it first. The first American hijacker who vanished after parachuting from the plane in 1972, a year after B.B. Cooper, was Richard McCoy Jr.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this one, Ed? This case?
Yeah, certainly not as popular as DB Cooper, but barely heard of it.
I had never heard of it until I started looking for something to do trivia over and it popped up. So, if that tells you anything.
A copycat type of thing.
Was it exactly what that was?
That's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says copycat, which I was like, ooh, that'll be a fun trivia question for tonight. Let's go ahead and make sure I have the printout for when Ed tells me, give me info.
Okay, is Google allowed here or?
Yes. You know what? Since you're the guest, sure. And Ed, that goes for you too. If we wanted to go ahead and jump into trivia.
No, I just like making a fool of myself. So.
Oh, making a fool of myself hasn't begun.
Yeah.
Just listen to X Spaces at night, and I promise you will. Wouldn't you say there, Taylor?
Oh, all of you. All of you're a mess sometimes.
Listen. I have to say this. I am cordial. I am nice. I am fair until you make me mad, and then it's hats and gloves off. That's all I'll say.
See, I'm just glad I didn't introduce you to my friend Arctic. I really am, because he would have scared you off the first 5 minutes of talking to you.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said I'm glad I didn't introduce you to my friend Arctic. He would have scared you off the first 5 minutes of talking to him. He's another falls into the missing persons genre that he does.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
So,
I do happen.
Go ahead.
I do happen to know the people that go around and exhume things from rivers and stuff like that as well. So,
Adventures with Purpose.
yes, I do know them very well. Thank you.
I have mixed emotions about them. It goes back to Kyle and Rodney.
Well, and you know, I knew you were going to say that because everybody says that. I have had firsthand experience and shook that man's hand, and I asked him a couple questions, and he is like me. He wants to bring truth, and he wants to. He believes the world should see that stuff is not swept under the rug in a civilian world, and to make content about it is obviously a very lucrative thing for him, but at the end of the day he puts closure to things.
Okay.
So,
well, the thing is I also know that he's also searched for Molly and Colt Miller, or Molly Miller Colt Haynes out of Oklahoma. It's a close to home one because, well, it happened in the same area that I'm living in now. Current, you know.
Sure.
And they're still missing.
Well,
On 2 lakes
it's
that they were
like,
supposedly put in. Of course,
well,
then again,
it's like,
me and Ed
I'm
also
sorry.
don't. I cutted you off. Me and Ed also, both agree upon dogs are junk science. You know, as much
Sure.
as people try to talk dogs up to me, they're junk science, just like polygraphs. That's the reason why they're no longer seen in court. It's
Do
a
you know
junk
how
science.
easy it is to get past a polygraph?
Uh
The whole thing with a thumbtack in your shoe,
huh.
that is absolutely a fact.
Or just take a couple of gabapentin, like
Well,
Seth Rogers did.
well, I was just going to say, or medication. I was just going to say it.
You know, you're falling asleep doing a polygraph. I have a problem with that, sir.
Ah,
I have a big problem with that, sir.
You know, getting back to that gentleman, his success is less than his fines. And I did ask him that question. And he said, not everything or everybody has the correct information, but he is under the impression that, you know, he will do what he can to try to close it, if you will. But
Oh,
8 times out of 10, he exhausts his reach.
yeah, I get that. And especially with this one, he's been here. I know, like I said, I know he's dived on 2 different lakes here that they were claimed to be in. The one place that I wish they would go dive, no one will because it's a rock quarry.
why does that
Yeah, I
matter?
don't know if I would go in there.
Why does that matter, D?
Why do you think I find that? Because look how deep that rock quarry is. I mean, it's pretty deep.
Oh, because of the depth, then they don't want to go in there because of the depth.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Just wondering.
If you know anything about diving or SCBAs or self-contained breathing apparatus, if you they are only rated for so many or so much depth
Right.
before you actually have to go to compressed oxygen and just
They have to go.
it's a whole thing, believe it or not.
Yeah, they have to put nitrogen in it. Yeah, that NOx stuff. You go
Yeah.
deeper. Yeah. Right.
Yes. And believe it or not, that stuff, I mean, an SCBA you can fill for about $20. When you're talking big nitrogen tanks and compressed oxygen, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars. And he does not charge to do this. He just does it, and he takes donations, and he has pretty big sponsors. I mean, bigger than what I would probably ever reach, but you never know. I don't want to. I don't want to commit suicide before it ever happens. You know what I'm saying? By saying that I couldn't, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you really think about it, being monetized on YouTube, they take 30% right off the top. So if you make $5, take 30% off of that, and that's their take. And then there's transaction fees. So $30 can turn into $15 for somebody like me. Now, if you are making thousands of dollars, 30% and a couple transaction fees, okay, now you're starting to make some decent money. But in his position and in his defense, he spends a lot of money to do what he's doing. And it's in my expertise in my field, it believe it or not, it helps the community and communities from other resources having to do what he's doing for free.
This is true.
And you know, I feel really bad when I watch one of his VODs or his videos, because it's unscripted. It's real raw emotion, and these people, it tears your heart out. It tears your heart out, because now there's closure to something that you never want to have to find out in your life.
Yeah. Yep. And like I told Ed, I know where I messed up. I became friends with the missing child's mother, but it was, what did the mother need at the time? Did she need someone, another person out here running her and her husband through the mud and the dirt? Especially whenever we get a release from, oh, Mama got it, Mama Bear, from the most recent court appearance, and the parents were not charged with anything, and they lost their other 3 children. My mama heart tells me, you got to be that friend. I hate being that way with her, but that's the reason why I brought Mama Bear in, and now her and Mama Bear have now become best friends, which is weird. It's weird. We're socializing on the internet. It's weird.
Well, listen, different communities. I mean, you're going to have your trolls. You're going to
Yeah.
have your, I mean, God, I won't even go into how many trolls I have, but and you're going to have people that you become friends with, and have a common ground, and the way to gain friendship and trust is doing what you're doing, bringing facts, right?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And of course, you're gonna have those people that are give you what's called the court of common opinion, as I will say, the court of common opinion, and they're brutal. Like, I just got a news tip right now that I'm going to have to go, and I appreciate the offer, but I just got a news tip that I have verified. So yeah, and this one's pretty viable. But listen, if there's anything that I can do to help you in the interim, right? And with FOIA requests, and
Well, I might have to hit you up on one of them.
you know how to get a hold of me, and Ed, True Floridian. Love to meet you off camera, and maybe get you out of the house and take you up to Hogan's Hangout up there in Clearwater Beach, and you can take a picture with Hulk Hogan's statue up there.
Oh, is that what the name's from? Is that
yes? Yes.
All right.
He does have a restaurant on Clearwater Beach that is still in operation. So if you go to the Circle and go, and like if you're coming down the Causeway, make a right, go halfway, make a right. It's just about 2 blocks on the right. So
been down there.
I'll tell you what.
Even though I live here, I don't go up that. I go to the Circle, but then I go across the Causeway.
Oh yeah, the Causeway. Right.
I live south of Sand Key Beach, or Sand Key Park.
Sand Key, the Sand Key Resort. I've ate at the buffet there at the hotel a couple times.
Yeah, I live in a condo building south of there. And
sure.
So I go up to the Circle, but then I go just across the Causeway. I usually don't go any farther than
that. Well, then you know where the rock and roll place is there. Just that would be south of the Circle. It's on the right hand side, right across from the what is that? The Hilton Garden or whatever it is there on the left, or not the Hilton Garden. Oh Lord, it's been a minute. Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I know the general area. I know it very well. But I will tell you, they do offer that buffet. It's $20. You can sit there and gorge all day long. They just really don't care.
Well,
But
that sounds right up my alley.
it's from. I'm not plugging them. I'm not getting paid or anything to say it, but I can tell you, you will. There is no reason you will not be hungry whenever you leave that place.
Okay.
But anyway, I appreciate you, Taylor, and I look forward to maybe doing this again sometime. And Ed, if you need anything, Taylor can get a hold of me pretty much instantly. If she ever accepts a different invite, hint, hint. Yeah. So, it's nice to meet you guys, and Taylor, good to hear your voice behind the curtain. I still haven't put a name or a face to it, but yeah, I'd love to do this again sometime.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
I'm going to be going too, if you don't mind.
All right, Ed. Talk to you later, Ed.
It's been interesting. Good. I got to know somebody new tonight. That's always nice. Thanks, Steve.
I told you we were being looked at by someone who's with the YouTube news.
All right. Fantastic.
So
It was good.
it might become a segment on his show, where he finally gets everything down to how he wants it.
Okay.
I mean, any way to get these cases out here, if it has to be through trivia form, whatever, I'm willing to do.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Dee, it's good seeing you.
Good
Happy
seeing
birthday to you.
Thank you.
So, of course, you're in Central Time, so it's just getting to be 8 o'clock there. So you got 4 hours left. You can still get yourself a birthday cake.
No, I'm good.
Wow. Okay, I tried. All right, Dee, I'll be seeing you. All right, you take care of yourself.
Bye.
See you.
You guys, that was a fun and interesting live. I appreciated it. Thank you once again, Spim, for coming up. You guys have a great night. Keep your heads on a swivel. And please hit that like button and leave your touch DNA. Peace.